Yo, what's up, Louie? Press. What's happening, guys? Crofty. Hello, Croft. How you doing? It's a beautiful day out today here in Wilcox. Richard Broccoli, good to see you. All right, guys. I thank you for jumping on in, joining me here on this live stream here today. It's none other than your host, Jose G. We're on chapter 5 here, um, the book of the history of Bowie. And we'll go ahead and get started, guys. Bowie has been proud of its school since the very first one in 1885. The school is the heart and soul of the town. Students received an excellent education from many fine teachers, but especially from Albert and Nellie Spikes, Eva Hall, Mary Wurtenberger, Doyle, and Landon and Mildred Enlow. Albert R. Spikes was superintendent until 1942. During that time, the high school gymnasium, swimming pool, and tennis courts were constructed. As a member of the State House of Representatives and the State Senate from 1942 to 1968, he devoted his life to teachers' rights and the right to everyone to the best education possible. He pioneered the movement to create junior colleges using country finances, through which Cochise College was founded. Bowie High School was dedicated to him in November 2010. Spikes also recognized the importance of sports and athletics. He was secretary of the Rifle Club, organized October 24, 1916, with J.F. Ryan, T.D. Downey, J.B. Nash, A.C. Ward, C.F. Sessner, Dana Milner, Jack Hardy, President J.E. Frank. He played first base and was coached on the town's baseball team. He coached and played center on the 1916 basketball team. He was president of the tennis club, which had two teams, the Fords and the Cadillacs. Their very first football team used old uniforms donated by the University of Arizona. Landon Enlow became superintendent from 1941 to 1964. During in which time a new elementary school was built. He was responsible for forming the wonderful music program and the marching band. Sam Ambrose became superintendent in 1964 and added homemaking, business, agriculture departments with a new agriculture shop building and a new library. He was followed by Curtis Green, Daniel Forrest, and Vern Baker. On January 29, 2009, the gymnasium was named in honor of Superintendent Bruce Brown. Captain Tebbis donated the land, and Southern Pacific donated a portable building for the first school in May 1885. This one-room schoolhouse measuring 18 feet by 24 feet was used as a kindergarten from August 1920 until 1980. December 1999, as the Millennium Project, a group called Global Volunteers worked with community members to renovate the old building. Hey, what's up, Five of a Kind Media? How you doing, brother? The grammar school with Principal Mr. C.P. Nelson, or Dawson, was completed in March 1913 on property donated by Cuthbert S. Kellum. Kaywood Brothers excavated and Angle and Bush provided the lumber. Ora Lee was the teacher. In 1914, another room was added. New teachers were Carrie Fields, Stella Baker, and Bertha Erickson. It was named in honor of Eva Hall on February 22nd, 1999. Only 2 years of high school were offered in 1920. Women were not allowed to vote in the 1921 school bond election unless they owned property in their name. The high school was built in 1922 with the first graduation on June 14, 1923 in the auditorium. The graduates were Natalie Aldrich, Catherine Richards, who sang a duet. The school board president was W.M. Aldrich with members W.G. Richards and Joe Chambers. Henry O. Jestad was the architect for the grammar school, high school, and gymnasium. Below the teachers and students gathered in front of the high school in 1923. Teachers were Jenny Lynn Lennox, Francis Bowles, and principal and teacher Albert R. Spikes. Rhodey's Jam Cave, how you doing, man? Always good to have you guys here, man. You guys are all super awesome, man. Thank you guys all for being here. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that very much. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Womack Construction Company built one of the finest gymnasiums in the state in 1940 at a cost of $45,000. It was designed to accommodate 350 people for all school and town events. The 94 by 64 feet spring floor had 1 inch of spun glass under the wood floor for dancing, basketball, and volleyball. It included a kitchen, dining room, and lounge. Albert Spikes became principal of schools in September 1915. He left after World War I and was cited for bravery in the Army occupation on the Rhine. G.L. Downs and later Miss Stansbury filled his position. When he returned as principal in 1919, Nellie Detchard, the new grammar school and music teacher, caught his eye. She supervised all plays and entertainment. They were married in May 1920. Wanda Browning came to teach English, history, girls athletics, and be school librarian in 1923. She accompanied the students when they competed in inter-high school debate contests in Phoenix. She was chosen by the State University to judge the debates between Safford and Tucson. Her parents were Jack and Hetty Browning. She and Clarence Falk were married on June 23, 1925 in Bowie. The second and third grade classes in 1929 included Delbert Faussel, first row, far right, and Edward Faussel, second row, far right. At left, Billy Driscoll was a kindergarten teacher hired in 1929. Her father was a section foreman for Southern Pacific Railroad. Below, students of 1935 are from left to right: Leo Gertais, Gordon Gajkovich, Tommy Bartlett, Joe Allen, Jose Gonzalez, Roman Hernandez, Jack Sainer, Pete Guzman, Sam McKee, and Eddie LaFoe. Second row, Josephine Klump, Amelia Hernandez, Francis Upham, Mary Hunter, Opal Thompson, Fonzie Gillespie, Irma Hunter, Victoria Lopez, Dick Gotchkovich, and Dorothy Tuttle. Third row, Arthur Navarrete, Henry Gonzalez, John Thompson, Raymond Thompson, Bill Allen, Albert Olander, Raymond Irvin, Aurora Navarrete, Patsy Gertz, Francis Moore, and Shirley Dillon. School faculty members around 1940 are from left to right: Elmer Nelson, Superintendent Albert Spikes, Nanny Mae Pano, whose father Guy, worshipful master of the Masons and agent for Southern Pacific Railroad, and Lily Mae Riggs, daughter of Thomas and Anna Mae Riggs. Marguerite Kratzberg, far left, and girls are attending home economics class at Bowie High School in the 1930s. They filled large mesh bags with fruits, nuts, and candies to place under the tree for Santa to give out to youngsters at the Christmas program. In the early days before electricity or gas, the girls took turns carrying wood inside for the stove. The 1938-1939 high school band was under the supervision of Lendon and Lowe. The 35-piece band played over the radio twice and was in parades in Lordsburg and Wilcox. The band won a rating of excellent at the Southeastern Music Contest in Thatcher. Majorettes in 1939 are from left to right: Frances Moore, Shirley Dillon, Billie Jean Book, Mary Lee Gannon, Barbara Scott, and Dell Kelly, who was class secretary and the only girl in the senior class. Balk was chosen Queen of the Boy Scout Circus in 1938. From left to right, Vernon Reeves, Superintendent Albert Spikes, Norman Wilson, Lillian Toothaker, Lyndon Enlow compromised the high school staff of 1939, or comprised the high school staff of 1939. Reeves taught from 1937 to 1940, joined the Army Air Corps, and retired with the rank of colonel in 1967. He received 10 citations for valor. Wilson was killed in an airplane crash during a snowstorm in the Mogollon Rim in 1958. Students performing chemistry lab projects in 1939 include, from left to right, Leo Mendez, Jack Brown, John Carlton, and Jack Spikes. Second row, Lily Sainer, Dorothy Brown, Vera Harmon, and Barbara Bobby Scott. Hey, Sewer Dog, you made it. Good to see you, man. I don't know why YouTube is just weird that way. I don't know why. They sending out notifications. I'm glad you're here, though. Seventh and eighth grade classes in 1942. They are from left to right: Mary Doreen Falsell, Betty Woodrow, Vera Tagvam, Lois Jean Bertolio, unidentified, and Anna Tagvam. Second row, Lorenzo Abalos, Donald Kaywood, Arthur Sainer, Gregory Chavez, and Jimmy Snyder. Third row, Charles Harmon, Leroy Brown, Edward Nape, and Raymond Snyder. Graduates of the class of 1944 were, from left to right: Victoria Lopez, Ernie Dahlgren, Patty Doyle, Raymond Falsell, and Neva Jane Connolly, whose father owned the Desert Rose Rock Shop. She married William Longnecker. Raymond married Billie Jean Sheffield in 1945. These are 7 graduates by 1945. The girls are, from left to right: Pearl Irene Bertolio, Jacqueline Lenzner, and Ramona Iringdale. Boys are, from left to right: Oscar Connolly Jr., later killed in Farmington, New Mexico, while working on an oil rig; John Daniel Klump, Feliciano Chano Jackway, and Lamar Welker. Dan Klump was the first in a long line of Klumps to graduate from Bowie High School. Freshman initiation must have been an interesting day in 1947. And the girls are in men's clothes and the boys are dressed in ladies' underwear. Except for Wallace Klump. They probably refused to comply. Picture from left to right: Edith, Mary Abalos, Marcia Harmon, Janice Creighton, Louis Boog Enlow, Richard Klump, Norman Tagvam, Wallace Klump, and Billy Morris. In 1939, the band, originally with 90 members, is led by drum major Eldon Harmon as they march in the Lordsburg Parade. The uniforms were royal blue with gold caps and capes, with white shirts, black bow ties, white English riding pants, black belts, and black riding boots. They were the only marching band in southern Arizona dressed alike from head to toe. Oop. 7th through 12th grades participated in band in 1946. The band's first concert of the year was the evening of the Christmas play. The last one would be a commencement night. Picture from left to right: Lewis, Enlow, Marsha Harmon, Don Kaywood, Bobby Montana, Norman Tagvan, Gregory Chavez, Carlos Chavez. Damn, that's quite a few names. 'Picture from left to right in 1950 are Lyndon Enlow, who continued as superintendent at schools, Paul Orr, who taught science, Chester, Chester McCarthy, who taught social studies, Helen McClanahan, who taught English, Paul Jones taught math, typing, and boys' physical education, Mildred Enlow, who taught 5th and 6th grades, and Mary Wertenberger, who taught Spanish, biology, and girls' physical education. 1959, Belva Ridgeway taught typing, 8th grade English, and algebra. In 1956, she was teaching the 1st grade class. In 1951, Dr. Frederick Watson Parrish was school physician. He started his practice about 1930 and died in 1959 at age 89. He had one bottle of pills he gave students no matter what ailment they had. He had one syringe with one needle that he sharpened when it got dull. Other doctors in towns at various times were Dr. Moreau, Dr. Thatcher, Dr. Erhard Pelsky, and Dr. William Gillespie. Damn. That'd be something, man. Sharpening your own syringes there. I don't think that was too sanitary to be using the same one. In Bowie, the whole town turns out for the junior prom, the social event of the year. For the prom of March 25th, 1950, Mark McCurry and Boog Enlow were crowned king and queen. Their tenants are from left to right: Janice Creighton, Henry Grizzle, Erling Boyd, Billy Morris, Norman Tagvan, Donella Morris, and Vic Bowl. Hey, it's always good to have you here, man. It's first time having you here. I don't know if you've been in any of my other live streams before, though, but good to have you here. From left to right: Twyla Gary, Keith Klump, Carol Robeson, Joel Lee Heyer, Ida Castillo, Gail Morris, and Gary Roster wore caps and gowns as they graduated from 8th grade into 1951. Kathy Gale and Gary went on to graduate high school together in 1955. Sorry guys, I got the sun just beaming in right there. In 1951, a group of young students was organized as a junior highway patrol. They include from left to right: Johnny Gates, Sandra Brown, Larry Legel. Second row, Carol Ioli, Margaret Helen Kaywood, and Dora Harmon. Oh, what? I'm gonna make you a mod, man. um, Sewer Dog, if you could comment again, I'm gonna go ahead and make you uh, moderator. I'm trying to keep going to your name, but okay, never mind. I got it. You're a mod for my channel now, my friend. Horace Kaywood served as the president of the Board of Education in 1951. The Kaywoods were early local settlers. His father James and his uncle Henry Kaywood filed entry of homestead on February 26, 1912. From left to right, Garland B. Bert Francis, Mary Tunnell, and Bill Scott were trustees on the Board of Education in 1958. During their tenure, the new elementary school was built and dedicated in 1961. Francis operated the Chevron station. The Tunnell had a law and real estate office. Scott owned Scott's Refrigeration. Irene Doyle drove this bus, school bus, picking up children on the Dos Cabezas mountain route in the 1940s and early 1950s. The second year the school operated a bus route was in 1923. The legal notice forbids read that the bus must be a motor vehicle of sufficient capacity to carry passengers in comfort, be equipped with a top, curtains, cushion, and a rear door. Yeah, that's what the school bus looked like. It's an old Chevy. The school bus in 1958 was this station wagon driven by Guy Clerk. Clerk was also in charge of Arizona Public Service Utilities, providing natural gas to residents for the first time in May 1950. He is married to Gwendolyn Saunders, and their son was Guy Clark Jr. The teachers pictured are from left to right. Mary Louise Liphart, Maybelle Whitaker, and Eva Hall. Liphart started teaching in Bowie in 1938, right out of college, and stayed here for 50 years. On April 17, 1985, the local county branch library named the Jimmy Liphart Library and dedicated to Jimmy, who has tenderly guided 3 generations of students down the yellow brick road and given them the treasures of Oz. Hall began teaching 4th and 5th grades in 1921, became grammar school principal in 1926, and continued in that position and in teaching until her retirement in 1949. Grammar school was named after her in 1999. Pictured below is the new elementary school built in 1961 named in memory of beloved teacher Mary Grace Wertenberger. Graduates of the class of 1967 are from left to right. Here. Oh, oh wow. Oh shit. Here, I'll let you read out the names here. Sylvia Newell, Helen Chapa, Evelyn Spikes, Nancy Nietzsche, and Glenn Jacobs. Second row, Nancy Gardner, Armando Fimbres, valedictorian, unidentified, Karen Barksdale, and George Demas. Missing are Shirley Clausen, Aiden Chapa, and Robert Salas. Yeah, could be a relative. You never know. I do have an Uncle Robert, but his last name ain't Salas. The swimming pool was built in 1936. The Works Progress Administration. It was drained for cleaning on Friday night and refilled on Saturday from an artesian well, which made it too hot to swim in for a couple of days. It had 7-foot and 14-foot diving boards and lighting with the floodlight for night swimmers. It was quite popular even with those for the neighboring towns. Hey, what's up, Gypsy Auditor? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I've been at 1K for about a month already. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. In September 1915, the newspaper reported that the men's baseball team would be known as the Green Stockings. Players in 1924 are identified on the photograph. Biz, business Businessmen asked the baseball players not to practice on Central Street between 7th and 8th Streets, as such practice will result in cancellation of all plate glass insurance in Bowie. If you build it, they will come. The only high school in Arizona teaching archery, Bowie won the majority of awards in the first Cochise County Archery Tournament in Douglas. According to the 1939 yearbook, among the more accurate hitters are Mary Gannon, Ruth Hannum, Frances Moore, and Dorothy Tuttle. Walter Tuttle won first place at the Western Archery Tournament in Phoenix with Sam McKee as runner-up. Benny Sainer twice won the state junior championship. The Green Stockings mascot was the Grinch with nice legs. Fucking Dill. What's up, man? How you doing, man? Nana Whitaker was the girls' volleyball coach in 1945. Players are from left to right. First row, Doris Klump, Patsy Gary, Pro Bertolio, Socorro Morales, and Jean Kelly. Second row, Mary Doreen Fowsell, Billie Jean Sheffield, Eunice Gary, Betty Woodrow, and Mary Eva Malkins, whose father, Forrest Malkins, ran the Ox Bar Ranch southeast of Bowie. Hey, Smoking Auditor, man. Hey, I appreciate you dropping in, man. Good to see you. Yeah, Gypsy, I still got a long ways to go before I get monetized. Still got about 3,000 watch hours to go before I even qualify for that. In 1949, Paul Jones coached the first football team comprised of almost all boys in school. Then from left to right, Larry Erringdale, Joe Cook, Vic Bowl, Rick Chavez, Howard Enlow, Frank Tellez, and Larry Doyle. Daniel Kaywood, Henry Gizzle, Bill Ioli, Doug Robeson, Billy Morris, Bug Enlow, Leroy Brown, and Mickey Petty. Mickey was the only one with football experience. Hey, good night to you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. The junior high school basketball team in 1949 was coached by Allie Reynolds. They're from left to right. First row, Frank Tellez, Clint Cohorn, Guy Clark, Gail Morris, and Freddie Tellez. Second row, Vic Bowl, Eddie McCurry, Larry Doyle, and Sherman Clump. Sherman Clump. Where have we heard that name before? Oh, Nutty Professor. Johnny Gates is sitting on the floor. Clump died at age 28 of melanoma. The track team of 1950 included from left to right Larry Erringdale, Bill Ioli, and Richard Clump. Second row, Bug Enlow. All the same people that were in the last picture, pretty much. All right, guys. We're on the last page of chapter 5 here. As teacher of government and health, Keith Creamer is remembered for coaching the Panthers versus San Simon Longhorns basketball game in 1961. As each Longhorn fouled out, Creamer pulled a player off the court until only Wayne Clump at 6 feet 5 inches and Bob Talbot at 5 feet 8 inches were left. San Simon threw in the towel with the score 73-28. Well, apparently they did back then. Dill. The 1969 basketball team with Dan Turner as coach are from left to right. First row, Louis Newell, Julian Almodova, Velios Candelaria, Raul Castillo, Henry Castillo, Charlie Cunningham. Second row, Turner, Rich Hall, John Ray Jacobs, Bill Hall, Anselmo Candelaria, and Donald Brown. All right, guys. Hey, John, how you doing? I hope you're wearing them indoors. Shit. I don't think anybody wants to see you wearing those short shorts, especially when it's cold out, man. All right, guys. That concludes chapter 5. If you guys have any comments or questions, please feel free to ask. Oh God. Come on, man. Oh shit. Oh fucking duo, man. You're fucking one crazy guy. Hey, thank you, Eat Your Broccoli. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys, all you guys, man, for coming in. This is Jose G here at the Historic Railroad Park, doing what I do. And I appreciate you guys coming in, showing support, and hitting that like button. And Jake Snake, you're a little late, but you're always welcome to check it out after it's uploaded. It will be public, so you can watch it after I get done here. Um, if you guys are willing to donate anything that you can, it's always greatly appreciated. I do have a Cash App. It's in the About section of my channel, or if it's still in chat here. And I can go towards maybe something to drink, something to eat, future bike repairs or anything. And yeah, it's greatly appreciated, guys. I do appreciate you guys for showing support, as always. And it's Jose G, guys. Catch you guys tomorrow. JKMA. Thank you for joining, man. Murphys, T-Hound. I got everybody showing up after I'm about ready to close it out. Well, you guys can always watch the video after I get done here. So I thank you guys once again. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.